part two of what I was saying about my uncle and the thing. It was really about being spoiled. My whole point, what I've been thinking about since this morning, was about being spoiled. In life, a good parent, if I were a parent, and I don't have kids, but if I did, I would spoil my kids. That would be the thing. It's not so much about having them be president of the United States or if they're a good child, it's because I properly spoiled them. It's not, there could be proper spoilage and improper spoilage. But let's just simply say that the key thing is you have to properly spoil your kids. You have to get them to the point where they think you are God. That they think that you are the source of all. To win your love, there is no greater prize than to win your love. They strive for that, to win your love, to win your approval, to have dad think positive of what they do. Whatever it is they do, they want to make daddy proud. They're always thinking, my dad would be proud of me if he saw this. If your dad is gone, you still would say, oh, my dad would be proud of me. You measure everything on what your dad would be proud of or what your dad would be ashamed of. He would be ashamed if he knew I was the Zetas decapitator. He would be ashamed. Or if he knew I was into politics and I became a Republican, my father would be ashamed of me. But you could always twist it and say, but he would be proud of me because I'm an honest politician. Because I'm doing something to make the country move forward. My dad would be proud of me. Sometimes I think about, would my father be proud of me or would he be ashamed of me? Well, I don't know. I think he'd probably be about the same as he was all the time. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes not. But my father used to brag about what I would do, but he would never tell me personally. But he'd tell, oh, my son speaks Spanish and he could do this and he could do that. The thing is, it's all about, winning somebody over. So, we want God to be proud of us. That, we do the burnt offering. Which people don't do, but if we were to go back to Leviticus days, whatever that means, I'm just making up words. And we did the burnt. Oh God, Lord, I did the burnt offering right. You did good in my name. You have pleased me much. I shall reward you with lands and kingdoms and what. Yeah, that's because once you please God, God has that emotional orgasm. All of a sudden, next thing you know, He buying you all kind of things. God is giving you this and giving you that. If you please somebody, they're going to do things for you. If you're pleasing. The thing is always to be pleasing to people. It's like this whole thing with this coffee thing. Everybody wants coffee. So they got to be pleasing to Philip. Even though when I used to make coffee, I made it unconditional. You get coffee, you could be the worst person in the world or the best person in the world. The way nature works is nature doesn't treat people different when you think about it. The sun shines on the worst serial killer or on the most saintly person. It shines on the evil as well as the good. Food will nourish the good as well as the evil. The only time something ain't going to work for you is if there's some biological reason, but outside of that, nature itself doesn't discriminate. The force of gravity will kill somebody who falls from a cliff. Whether they're a good person or a bad person. They could be the most evil person ever, and they fall from a cliff, they're going to die. If they're a good person, they fall from a cliff, they're going to die. They're evil, die. Good, die. It don't matter. King, you die. Poor person, die. Rich, die. Celebrity, die. Unknown person, die. Because gravity don't treat you any different. Nature doesn't spoil you. Nature has never spoiled us. But people spoil each other. Yeah, think about it. My dog would never... Let's get real. When I am nice to Missy will be nice to me. She'll lick my feet and she'll come up to me and she'll cuddle with me and she'll play with me. But you know what? Will animals just come up to you and just spoil you? Like you go out in the wilderness and all of a sudden, snakes and grizzly bears come around. They just offer you food and they do things and they stroke your hair and they give you belly rub. Hell no. Fuck that shit in the ass. Come on. You get real unless you're on drugs and shit. That might happen.